I'm Jonathan Altmans, president and founder of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. What we're about is creating an opportunity for anybody, anywhere, to unleash their idea. We want to make sure that the guy that's got the worst deal on the planet has an opportunity. At the Global Entrepreneurship Network, we've built one global entrepreneurship ecosystem that allows anyone on the planet to be able to connect, understand, support, and celebrate the entrepreneurs that represent so much promise for our future. We went in with the belief that we could create a common culture across the globe in the interest of entrepreneurship and innovation. We learned a lot of techniques and tools about, ultimately, how do you build a community that's across the world? How do you cross national boundaries and cultures and religions and languages? We discovered something that was common in all people. They have this enthusiasm and curiosity about making the world a better place. We tried to provide some structure, but allow a lot of flowers to be blooming the way they wanted to. We have divided our work into 4 primary cornerstones. We want to be able to connect everybody across any aspects of an entrepreneurial ecosystem to find peers, find markets, and find opportunities. Secondly, we want to understand the field better. We want to elevate the field based on research and data. And then thirdly, we're working carefully to provide the best support programs we can find. The last part is we like to celebrate. It's where we began with Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is the notion of making the role of the entrepreneur be perceived around the world as being a force for good, as being the individuals who are able to create new value in our societies and can really set an example for all of our citizens in the way we go about living our lives. Entrepreneurs are the great equalizers. They bring the ability of anybody to be able to have the opportunity no matter where they come from in the world. That promise of entrepreneurship is always what's empowered our community.
All right. Good night, everyone. And welcome to our event this evening. I want to thank you all for joining us and for joining me. I would like to first start off by introducing myself. So my name is Michelle Samuel, and I am the community organizer for this program called Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And of course, I will be your host. But before we get started, I would like to first ask that persons who are joining us on Zoom and who are watching us on live to please share this event, tell a friend to tell a friend, and ask a friend to come and join us, because we're about to hear from 2 amazing women, 2 amazing businesswomen who are doing great things with their businesses. So if you are a big supporter of women entrepreneurship, women powerhouses, and just persons doing great things for the greater good and for the betterment of their communities, for the betterment of society, I ask that you share this live. Of course, I am going to ask that as you join, those of who of us are on Zoom, that you remain muted until it is time to ask your questions. Now let us learn a little bit about what Startup Huddle is, especially for the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time. So Startup Huddle is a program that builds local startup communities while crowdsourcing advice and support, one entrepreneur at a time. It's run by the Global Entrepreneurship Network. The video that you just saw is from this network. And it consists of monthly, if not weekly, gatherings of local community, business leaders, founders, ecosystem builders, investors, and others who are interested in helping startups in their community. Here in St. Lucia, Startup Huddle is hosted on the 2nd Wednesday of every month. In addition to providing direct support to entrepreneurs, the program addresses a critical element of success for all ecosystems, and that is connectivity. Gen research shows that startup communities with greater levels of local connectedness translate to an increased number of startups, and that founders with high levels of connectivity grow their revenue twice as fast as those with lower levels. Held regularly on the same day and at the same time, a startup huddle event increases connectivity by convening the community to see each other while listening to and supporting local founders who are given 6 minutes to make their presentation, specifically outlining their challenges that they're faced in their company, and of course, any successes that they'd like to share. Each presentation is followed by a 20-minute conversation offering constructive criticism focused on finding solutions and increasing founder know-how, with new founders cycling through each gathering and previous presenters joining the audience to give back, because we're big on giving back. The community continues to expand while connections deepen. So currently, there are local chapters of Startup Huddle in more than 80 cities across the globe, with more chapters being added every single month. Each Startup Huddle chapter is organized by a local community builder and supported by local partners. This event that you're attending this evening is led by SLUDTERA and is supported currently by the Global Entrepreneurship Network and also locally by the SBDC as an ecosystem partner. We also like to thank the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce for partnering with us for Global Entrepreneurship Week. But Gen connects chapter organizers through a virtual platform to share best practices and create global linkages between ecosystems. You as well will get a chance to understand and to see what Gen can offer, because we will make this offer to you that you sign up to become a member of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. The link will be shared with you in the chat momentarily. Startup Huddle is made possible through a combination of national licenses who manage the program in the country. Now, if you look at what Startup Huddle does, it brings together groups of people. You can see how crowdsourcing is possible. Now, the Global Entrepreneurship Network operates programs like Startup Huddle that make it easy for anyone, anywhere to start and scale a business. Now, I would like to ask a question for those of you who are joining the Zoom right now. And of course, I would love to see some hands raised, and I would like to hear some persons unmuting to answer this question. Is anyone here joining Startup Huddle for the first time? Anyone?
Yes, I am. This is my first time.
Hi, Joanna. Welcome to Startup Huddle.
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Great to have you here. We have another hand. Say hi. And who am I speaking with? Unmute and say hi. Okay, we have Patricia.
Hi. No, my background is very noisy. That's why. But
oh, I understand.
Hi, everyone. Good night. SLUDTERA, this is my first time. I've heard about it before, but I've never joined. It's my first time joining.
Great to have you. Awesome. Okay, so once you've said hi, please put on your mute and ensure that we not having any feedback from you. So welcome. If you are joining. Oh, welcome, Patricia. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Glad to have you with us. Now, of course, I hope to see you in the future, not tonight, but in our future monthly sessions. Now, when huddling around one or two of our startups, as you are doing this evening, we get to share knowledge, and over time, directly nurture and support those that are starting and those that are scaling the businesses in their community. Now, I mentioned that I hope to see you at the next one. The next event is going to take place on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. We are going to have a break for December because the second Wednesday in December is the the 13th, and that is a national holiday. So we will not be having a huddle then, but we coming back full force in January in the new year. Now, of course, we want you to share. So please tag Startup Huddle St. Lucia when you are sharing. Also, please do hashtag GEW 2023, hashtag Entrepreneurs Thrive Here, hashtag SLUDTERA when you are sharing, and let people know where you are and where they can join you. Okay? Now, let me just get to the bottom of this, yeah? I encourage each of you to not only visit this website, genglobal.org. That is GENGLOBAL.org. I'm encouraging you to visit that site and create a profile and become a member. Okay? This is one of the great ways to access this global entrepreneurship ecosystem. You will not regret it. Of course, as with any event, as with any organization, as with any organized session, there are ways to make the best and to make the most of it. And I'm going to share what those are with you. So first and foremost, this is the 10 steps for the best startup huddle experience. Listen to 10 steps very carefully. 1, read on the companies by visiting their social media pages and websites. Highly recommend that. That way, when you come to the event, you already have an idea of what it is that they're doing. So the questions that you're asking are informed, constructive questions with a purpose. Number 2, register to attend Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And of course, we're happening every month, as I stated. Number 3, share the event with others in the small business and entrepreneurial community and with other community groups, encouraging persons to attend. That's how the program can grow, and that's how the word can get out there. On the day or on the evening, listen to the presentations that are being made and take note of key points and each company's big ask. Number 5, during the Q&A, ask the presenters questions based on what you read on their social media sites or what they presented on. Because the goal is, as I said, to give constructive feedback and criticism, as well as provide advice, suggestions, or connect them with resources. Which segues into number 6. Offer advice on what the companies could do to help their businesses or ventures. Provide resources and contact information where necessary. We are here to help each other. Number 7, offer to patronize the company. Purchase from them, order from them, set up a time to have an appointment, and yes, become a customer. Number 8, fill out our online survey to provide anonymous and constructive feedback to the presenters. This survey will be sent to you via email. Please note that the information that you provide will be shared with them so that they can take this information and apply when necessary. Number 9, post a comment on the Startup Huddle St. Lucia Facebook page, giving your review of the event and of the companies who presented. Final step, keep up to date with upcoming events and register to attend them. And that's it. 10 steps for the best Startup Huddle experience. Before we go any further, I would like to invite you all to join me as I open up with a word of prayer, asking God to bless the rest of this proceedings. Father, Lord, I want to thank you so very much for the breath of life. Thank you for everything that you've done for us and given us. Thank you for this event. Thank you for the opportunity to come together and to hear from wonderful people who are doing wonderful things. I ask and pray that you'll be in the midst of us now. Hold back any latency issues and internet connection delays and any other hindrances that may occur. Father, Lord, I ask and I pray that you help the presenters to have strength and confidence when they are sharing their story, because that's all it is, telling their story, and nobody can do it better than them. Father, Lord, I ask and pray that you allow our event to go through smoothly. This I ask and I pray. Amen. All right, guys. So again, I want to say thank you so very much for joining this evening. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, please tag someone to join us so that they can watch this event. If you would like to join us on Zoom, you could always head over to our Facebook event live page, and then you'll be able to get access to the link to join. All right, so now that we have gone through all the pleasantries of the event, I would like to share with you a few brief remarks from our Startup Huddle manager, and his name is Paulie Suchi. He could not be with us this evening, but he did send this recording wishing us well. Please listen to the recording.
Hey, everybody. I'm Paulie Suchi. I am the Director for Startup Programs at the Global Entrepreneurship Network. First off, Michelle, thank you for always giving me the chance to interface with the community. I just want to say welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week, but also welcome to the Startup Huddle community. This is my favorite initiative project that I've ever had a chance to work on in my entire life. One, because I get to meet people like Michelle and people that do the same thing as Michelle, but in different countries. And so there's this sort of crazy energy that I get to experience on a daily basis, and that all around people trying to lift up their startup community and just provide support in whatever way possible. And it's sort of this passion and this common goal that we all have together. And it's just fantastic. So with that, it really is me sort of calling in because I can't make it tonight, and I'm sorry, but I did want to take this chance to say hello on behalf of the Global Entrepreneurship Network, and to just thank you all for showing up. I'm recording this literally right before I leave the office, so I hope it feels a little candid, and I'm sorry about that. But beyond that, I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. If you have any questions, or you just want to meet someone in the network, or figure out what we're doing with our startups, whether it's through Entrepreneurship World Cup or Startup Huddle, or through some of the companies that get sent to us through our Global Business Angel Network, whatever it might be, just let me know. You can get in touch with me through Michelle. All right, bye.
And there you have it, guys. A few remarks from our Startup Huddle manager, Mr. Paulie Suchi. And at this time, I am going to paste the link into the chat for those of you who are here. That is genglobal.org. Please use this link to get access to the Global Entrepreneurship Network website and register to become a member. All right. And this is from me. Now, without further ado, we are going to go straight into what you came here for. And that is to hear from our two presenters who are here this evening. So first of all, we have Miss Miranda or Mrs. Miranda George Arthur, and we also have Miss Suzette Merrill, and they are going to be presenting their businesses. Mrs. Arthur will be presenting first. So what I would like Miss Arthur to do is to please turn on her camera and unmute herself so that she can now take center stage. Now, just share with you that Miranda has 6 minutes to present her business, and she will be timed. So Miranda, when you hear the timer go off, you must pause slowly, wrap up, and then come to an end. And then after that, we will go into questions and answer. After that question and answer segment, of course, we will ask Miranda the final question. What can we as a community do to help you? And Miranda, this is where you state your call to action question. Then we will have a brief intermission break with a video, and then we'll come back for our second presenter for 6 minutes, followed by our second round of question and answer. And this is how we're going to go. But please stay until the end of the event so that we can network a little bit, you know, go into little mini breakout rooms, talk to each other, and find out a little about each other, especially in a space where we have persons joining for the first time. Okay? So, Miranda, are you ready? Is your presentation ready? You are muted.
Yes, it is.
Ready? Awesome. Now, of course, when I say begin, I'm going to start the timer, okay? So I have 6 minutes on the clock. So once I say go ahead, you can start speaking, okay?
Okay.
All right, there we go. You can go ahead.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Startup with Lucia under the theme for Global Entrepreneurship Week, Entrepreneurs Thrive Here. My name is Miranda George Arthur, and I'm the founder and information technology specialist at Tektronites. Looking at technology today, everyone has a device. This is a fact which comes with the problem that not everyone can use. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. This is a fact that which comes with the problem that not everyone can use those devices. Not every student takes IT classes at primary, secondary, and even tertiary level. And there are some people who say technology is not for me. This is a problem that Tektronites addresses. That student who has to submit their projects, that hasn't edited or proofread it before submission, that small business owner looking to and fro for somewhere to design and print their labels, business cards, or find information on tools they can use to get their project going, that individual who has no idea why their computer keeps freezing and misbehaving, and that one parent looking for all of the above in 10 different places. Now, some of you are probably thinking, how am I so sure you can't get these services anywhere else?
One moment, Miranda.
Okay.
Are you going through your slide presentation? Because we're not seeing it moving.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you may need to stop sharing and share the actual
And share it again. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
because it's not moving on our end. I pause the timer.
Okay. Hold on. Stop share. Are we there now?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I was at, well, my competition. DM Graphics provides graphic designing and printing services just like we do, but they do not offer typing, editing, and proofreading support like we do. Computer World provides printing services, device diagnostics, repair, but then again, they do not offer typing, editing, proofreading, or support, nor do they provide data recovery on devices. Aeroprint provides printing and designing of labels and business cards, but they do not provide the intimate experience that we offer our clients. Tektronites prides itself on its ability to provide a variety of services in one place: document typing, editing, proofreading, and training.
Pause again. Your screen is not moving.
Oh boy.
I think you may be sharing the wrong thing because it's just showing one screen, existing alternatives and competitors. It's not moving.
Yeah, I think what's happening is my internet is probably not moving with what. Hold on.
Okay.
Yes, hold on.
Do you have it in presenter mode?
Pardon me?
Do you have it in presenter mode?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's the part you should be sharing, the presenter mode screen.
Yeah. Let me just.
Do you have it as yet?
Yes, I have it now. Sorry about that, everyone.
These things happen.
Yes. So,
Technology has its ups and downs.
all right. So let me
Okay,
know if
so
it's for the next slide. So I'll let you know.
here's what I would like you to do. I want you to go back to your competitor slide and then try moving forward from there. Let's see what's going to happen. Just to see if it's actually moving.
Did it move?
It's on solution.
I moved it already.
Okay, it's currently on the solution slide. Is that where it's supposed to be?
No, it's supposed to be on the competitors. Hold on, let me just try it one more time.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to try to do to assist you. Okay, so stop sharing.
So you're going to share on my behalf?
I will try to share on your behalf, but just keep in mind that I will have need of your assistance in terms of giving me the cue as to, of course, when to switch.
Okay, no problem.
So just keep that in mind, okay?
Okay, yes.
All right, so, okay, here we go. So I'm going to start the clock at 6 so that you can get your full time.
Okay. So we're going to start from the very beginning? Or
1 second. Let me just let me know. Are you able to see the screen?
Not yet. Okay, yes.
Okay, so basically you just give me the cue and we will move forward. But I will start the cue now.
Okay. So again, welcome to Startup with Lucia under the theme for Global Entrepreneurship Week, Entrepreneurs Thrive Here. Next slide, please. As I said, my name is Miranda George Arthur, and I'm the founder and information technology specialist for Tektronites. Next slide, please. Looking at technology today, everyone has a device. This is a fact, which comes with the problem that not everyone can use these devices. Not every student takes IT classes as primary, secondary, and even tertiary level, where some people say technology is not for me. This is a problem that Tektronites addresses. That student who has to submit their projects, that hasn't edited it or proofread it before submission, that small business owner looking for to and fro for somewhere to design and print their labels and business cards, or find information on tools they can use to get their project going, that individual who has no idea why their computer is freezing, or misbehaving, and that one parent looking for all of the above in 10 different places. Next slide, please. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, how am I so sure that you can't get these services anywhere else? Well, DN Graphics provides graphic designing and printing services just like we do, but they do not offer the typing, editing, and proofreading support that we do. Computer Worlds provides the same printing and device diagnostics and repairs, but again, they do not offer typing, editing, and proofreading support, nor do they provide data recovery on devices. Aeroprint provides printing and designing of labels and business cards, but they do not provide the intimate experience that we offer to our clients. Next slide, please. Tektronites prides itself on its ability to provide a variety of services in one place. document typing, editing, proofreading, and training specifically designed for students. For the business owners, graphic designing, website development, training on software and tools needed for day-to-day operation, and we provide sourcing and ordering. Now, we know everyone knows how to order this stuff on Amazon and Walmart and eBay, but we provide you with the cost of ordering inclusive of the item price, taxes, custom duties, and shipping with your preferred shipper. We also provide troubleshooting and maintenance, data recovery on hard drives and flash drives, and systems management for small businesses. In fact, we are your one-stop shop for everything technology. Next slide. Tektronite requires the services of the following stakeholders to provide its value services. Computer World and Amazon for the purchasing of printing supplies, Westech and West Indies shipping for obvious shipping needs, Custom St. Lucia for their brokerage tools, Facebook and Google marketing for hosting of virtual training sessions, and of course, our website management. Next slide, please. Our targeted customers are in the south of the island from Beaufort to Labrie. They include students at primary, secondary, and tertiary levels, business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs, parents, teachers, and job applicants, all of whom are computer users and would require our services at different points in time. Next slide, please. Tektronite is a hub for business professionals seeking tools and resources for running their businesses, students who need training on software required to prepare projects and school-based assessments, and teachers who require training on online tools and platforms to enable them to be smart classroom ready. Next slide, please. We reach our clients through social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, our Google listing with keyword searches, business conferences like Here Tonight, referrals through our existing clients, and word of mouth, because we believe that everyone we encounter is a marketer for our company. Next slide, please. Over the years, we've helped over 640 clients in both the corporate and educational sectors. We have significantly impacted small and medium-sized enterprises in both the startup and growth stages, as well as students at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels of education. The services we offer have helped our clients who frequently are repeat customers succeed and develop their talents over time. We use our custom after-service survey, which shows 100% customer satisfaction in a survey pool of 24. When we ask questions like, were you satisfied with the product or service you received? Reviews on our social platforms such as Facebook, which currently has a 5-star rating with clients highlighting the experience of our service. And of course, the amount of repeat customers we have, including past students who are now in the working professional world as teachers, nurses, and business employees to measure our impact and success. Next slide, please. In the earlier stages of Tektronite, we secured loans with the Labrie Credit Union and Farmers Cooperative Credit Union. Currently, we have secured a grant through the Youth Economy Office and loan grant with Ministry of Commerce and SLDB. And finally, we'll be seeking funding for expansion as a part of our future goals through Bank of St. Lucia in collaboration with PCGC and the Taiwan ICDF under the Taiwan Women's Guarantee. Next slide, please. Here we have our growth timeline. Currently, we are in November and our grants have been approved. We are reopening our printing services to the public in December. January through February 2024, we'll be marketing and strengthening our client relationships. And in March and April 2024, we'll be traveling to the United States for my YLI fellowship placement, which I will speak about in the next slide. And in May, we will be reopening our physical office, and June through October, we'll be spicing up our marketing campaigns and building our client base. Next slide, please. So there are a few networks and individuals who are integral to the accomplishing of our goals for the next 12 months. Out of over 2,800 applicants from 37 countries in the Caribbean, Latin America, and Canada, I was one of the 280 finalists chosen for this once-in-a-lifetime experience for entrepreneurs. YLI empowers entrepreneurs, increases trade, and encourages job promotion for Latin America, the Caribbean, and Canada. Funded by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs and implemented by IRX, the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative, or YLI, Fellowship Program is a flagship program for emerging entrepreneurs and business leaders from the Western Hemisphere. To learn about YLI, visit yli.state.org. I am also a member of the Global Entrepreneurship Network, which is our global host for Startup Huddle St. Lucia, and SLUDTERA, our national host. We also partner with other entrepreneurs like T&D Marketing to ensure our clients receive all possible networking opportunities from our hub. Last but not least, my family unit, my husband and my son, who are my main support system. Next slide, please. I'd like to thank you for the privilege of presenting Tektronites to you. And you can find us on the following platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I have included our QR code, so you could just take a screenshot or scan it so that you can get our information for WhatsApp. You can message us on WhatsApp or call us directly or email us. Our website also has a form for booking an appointment for consultation. You can reach us there as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Great, great job. All right, thank you so very much, Miranda, for your presentation. And now we are opening up for questions. We are opening up for questions. So this, guys, is your opportunity where you can get to ask questions and have any comments that you would have that you need to make heard. So by a raise of hands, please let me know who you are so that I can call upon you. You can unmute and ask your question or make your comments. Anyone? Okay, we have a hand raised. Urancia, you can please unmute yourself. Go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening to all, to Michelle and Miranda. I'm loving the services as a student attending university and understanding some of the challenges you do face with technology. My question is that you offer services and whatnot, but do you offer like workshops, or do you reach out to the university students, or usually they come to you?
Well, that's an awesome question. And this will be a part of our marketing campaign. We'll be actually visiting the different schools and sending our information to the universities. What university do you attend, may I ask?
USC.
Okay, so we'll be sending our packages, our information, and we offer training sessions, both in person, which can be arranged, and we offer virtual training sessions as well and help. So you can contact me and I can help you remotely wherever you are.
Okay, thanks. Great.
Okay, thank you very much, Urancia. Gail, can you please unmute and ask your question? Anybody who has questions, we are not going to be reading the comments. That's not what this event is about. You have to unmute to ask your question. So anybody else for questions, please unmute and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. I've got a good evening, everyone, and well done, Mrs. George. Very well done on your presentation. Just one question: where is your business located?
Well, I currently work from home, and we'll be opening our office, our new office, in May of next year. The reason being is because of my travels, I won't be able to commit a physical space right now. I have to be focused on YLI and the placement. But anything that you need to be done, I can be reached and I can do everything for you remotely.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Gail, for that question. Do we have any other questions for Miranda regarding her business, the services that she provides, and even the program that she mentioned? Does anybody have any questions for Miranda about this program that she was selected for? Okay, so we don't seem to have any questions from anyone signaling by a raise of hands. So I have a couple of questions for you, Miranda. So you spoke of three specific competitors that you have, are these competitors mainly based in the South, or are these your overall competitors island-wide?
No, these are based in the South. And what I found is that a lot of people actually come from castries to get the services that I offer, but I'm focusing more on the south of the island because business has slowed down a lot in Beaufort, and it's important that they have something like this in Beaufort because everything is centralized in castries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my main competitors are in Beaufort.
In Beaufort, okay. So since you are working remotely, because of course you did state that persons can, reach out to you because you don't have a real base of operations per se. You're working out of your home, and the services that you provide. Are you typically meeting with people face to face in order to provide those services, or can they just connect with you virtually?
They can connect with me virtually, and I can set up a meeting space with them. So what I normally do is when my clients contact me, they send me the information that they need. Sometimes I meet with them via Google Meet virtually, and they tell me what they want. For example, I also prepare business plans for persons. So I have my questionnaire, so people fill that out, and then I contact them after to find out the other information that I may need and to hash out everything. So any project that needs to be done, any typing, any editing can be sent. You can send a photo of what you want typed. You can send a voice note, and then I would type it up because Mistress Gail Isaac was my text processing
Ah,
teacher at school.
ah,
So yeah, so I'm quite proficient in typing, and that can be arranged again. One important thing to note is that my competitors are also my clients as well. So Computer World would send persons to me, especially for data recovery, because they don't specialize in data recovery. And I found that even typing and editing, they would send persons to me, and then I would assist them in that regard. The same for Aeroprint and the other printing places, they would reach out. And I'm a technician as well. So if they need help, they would still reach out and I would assist them as well.
okay, great. So what you're looking at is an all-rounded type of business that you have, where in your market, the competitors are also your customers, or should I say your partners, because
Yes.
if they are reaching out to you to assist their end users, you're actually partnering with them or
Yes.
collaborating with them in order to provide that service to the end user, which is great. And this is the type of environment that, of course, we want to foster, because by collaborating, having somebody who is strong in one area where you are weak, you can focus on that area, have that other partner focus on that area, and together you're able to provide a well-rounded service and you have a satisfied customer. So that's a really good job there, Miranda. So we have a raised hand from Suzette. You can go ahead and please unmute and ask your question or make your comment.
Hi, good night, everybody. Miranda, with somebody who has delved or have chosen to go into a technical field, I just wanted to know what has been your experience being female in that field? Because for a lot of people, I'm sure they probably go to male providers, service providers. Can you explain how you have received that? How it's been for you? Thank you.
Yes, it's actually surprising for them sometimes especially when I had my internet cafe and they walk in and they ask to speak with the technician, and then I would say, I'm the technician. It would be surprising for them. And they would say, okay, that's different. And then after providing the service, most people would say it's a breath of fresh air because they get the customer service, they get the friendliness, they get the information that they need, they get the comments. And one thing that I do is that I base everything that I do on education because I have an educative background. My father was a teacher, my brothers were teachers, my sister, and I was a teacher before. So everything that I do, I love teaching. So when I speak to my clients, I give them the little tips on how to prevent the thing from reoccurring. And you find that you have that relationship with them where they trust you. They trust what you're saying. They know that you know what you're doing and what you're saying because you're actually helping them and tipping them on how to prevent this stuff from happening. It's not all about money. It's about relationships. It's about building that trust with your clients. So that's what we do.
Awesome. Thank you for that question, Suzette. Do you have any other questions or follow-up questions for her? Okay, no. Anybody else has any other questions for Miranda?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Good night, Miranda. Love the presentation. My question, since you're doing everything remotely and at home, I'm just curious as to what form of payments do you use with your customers?
Okay, so I have Penny Pinch, which is a local business. Again, we're supporting our local entrepreneurs. Penny Pinch is similar to PayPal. So we have Penny Pinch. We have bank transfers because we can do bank transfers through the banks. I send the invoice to my clients remotely as well, and then they pay through the bank, they pay through PayPal, they pay through Penny Pinch, whichever one is suitable for them. I also have an account at the credit union, so you can actually do your transfers because anybody who has Library Credit Union, you can actually do your transfers using the app. So things are easier now. It's easier to get payments done. It's easier for you to connect now using these resources that we have.
And asking for a friend. Do you take all like the payments upfront or after service?
It depends on what service that I'm giving to you. So you may have to make a deposit on, if it's a project, if it's a big project, you may have to make a deposit and then payment after, the balance after. Or if it's something like graphic designing or anything like that, then I would decide what it is. So it can be upfront, it can be after, it can be half-half. Yeah.
Have you encountered any time when a customer wouldn't want to pay?
Yes, I have. And that's the reason why sometimes I have the half and half policy. Some customers, that you always get that in business, eh? No matter what you try to do, you will find that customer that will tell you, okay, I can't give it to you now, I can do it now. And you say, okay, you can give it to me later, even though you have the upfront policy and they decide not to pay. So yes, I've encountered that several times, but I have more positive clients more than the negative ones.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. And also I have this account, user account. Parents can actually pay in advance for their students. So all the students who go to the different schools, parents sometimes wouldn't want to give them the monies in their hand or they probably spend the money. You can actually come to me, pay in advance for them, put deposit $50 on their account, and then I prepare whatever and then have the deductions done. So we have the user accounts as well.
Awesome. Thank you so very much for those questions. And basically, Miranda, I want to kind of ask you a little bit about the program you mentioned, because of course you shared that you're doing a very unconventional job as a woman, but I want to understand how you went from being a technician and doing what you do remotely to now being selected for a program that only selects 280 people every year out of thousands and thousands of applications. So explain to us what that process was like and what is this program so that persons can understand what you're actually going to be part of.
Okay, so this program, I was introduced to it by Mrs. Samuel. I was a student at the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs last year into January this year. I graduated in January. And Mr. Samuel introduced us to this program, and it's, as I mentioned before, it's a flagship program or an exchange program for business professionals, where we travel to the United States for about 6 weeks. And we have a placement, a professional placement with a business similar to ours. And we experience that business, and we have to identify problems we have in our business, and they help us work on them. And it's a long process. Right now I'm going through onboarding, and we have courses to do. We have things to do before we can go there. And then we're traveling in March. So once we get there, we have an opportunity to pitch our solutions for the problems that we are experiencing. And there's a competition, and we get to experience the culture in the United States and bring back what we have over there. Now, another component of this exchange program is that you have to be giving back to your community. I'm a member of the Furnace Foundation, and I'm the secretary and PRO for that foundation. I also work with an online school, Massey Learning, and all of this has factored into the contributions that I give back to my community. A lot of the times as business owners, we think about money, but it's not always about money. Sometimes you have to give back. And with the passion that I have for education and for the things that I do and helping others, these companies factor into everything that I'm doing now. So when I applied, I included everything that I did, and that's how I got selected. You have to basically be honest about what you're doing, and you have to be somebody who has a social impact. So that's what the program is about.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Miranda. And is this any cost to you? Do you have to pay for anything in this program that you're going into?
No, it's fully expense paid. They pay for your ticket, they pay for your boarding, they pay for your meals and everything else. You get your visa because you're actually working. So they pay for your visa, your J1 visa, and all expenses are paid for you through this program. So it's very beneficial. I'm happy that I got a chance to experience it. I'm getting the chance to experience this.
I'm happy that you're getting to experience it as well, Miranda. So again, congratulations on being selected for this prestigious program. Happens once every year. And let me just say that only 2 St. Lucians are selected each year. But there was one year in particular that we were recruiting. When I say we, I said, well, myself and another individual, because we help recruit wildlife applicants. So cat out of the bag. I'm actually one of the recruiters for wildlife. So yeah. So that one year, the persons that generated applications for that year was so good that they selected 4 St. Lucians that year, and that was in 2018. They were so impressed with that cross section that they said, we can't just take 2, we took 4, and that was the only year that was ever done. So St. Lucia does have some great people that are doing some really wonderful things. So all we need to do is to, give you the opportunity to connect to these types of programs so that you can move forward in your business. So again, Miranda, thank you so much for sharing that. And for those of you who want to get in touch with Miranda, of course, we will be sharing her information with you. She did have a QR code up so that you could have taken a snapshot of it, but not to worry, the information will be shared with you as well. So now I would like to take a very quick break. I'm going to play a video while we prepare for our next presenter, who is going to be coming up next. And when we come back, we are going to hear from Miss Suzette Merrill. Suzette, please get ready for you to do your presentation when we return after this brief break. And the video that I am going to play is a little bit about the very same program that Miranda was speaking about, but the trade-off basically of that program, which is the network. And that is a network that each and every one of you can become a member of. So you don't need to be selected as a YLI applicant to become a member. You can become a member just by being here and applying. Okay, so I'm going to play the video about this network. If you are interested in joining, please, of course, let me know and I will provide you with the details to do so.
What do you need to transform your career goals into reality? You need the YLI Network.
You guys are awesome.
I'm forever grateful for being a part of this network, which has changed my life and my confidence.
What is the YLI Network? Your connection to an abundance of resources. There are so many valuable tools, such as online courses, training videos, toolkits, discussion guides, blogs, and workbooks. That is the YLI Network, and it's all available at yli.state.gov.
Very proud to be a part of this.
The YLI Network gives members the means to grow as entrepreneurs and improve their communities.
This is a call to you, young leaders of Latin America, the Caribbean, and Canada. It's your chance to develop your skills, expand your business, and network with leaders and with your peers. It's a way for you to enhance your knowledge, your economic opportunities, and your future. When you join the YLI Network, you'll get regular updates on new initiatives, opportunities, and information created specifically for young leaders. You can engage on social media and join important discussions that affect your community. You can use all of these digital resources to expand your entrepreneurial potential and create a brighter future. By joining the YLI Network, you gain access to all the benefits. You can expand your skills and connect with fellow leaders working to create change in their communities. The YLI Network empowers you to achieve and succeed. Don't wait for change. Create it. To learn more about the YLI Network and to become a member, go to yli.state.gov.
All right, and there you have it, guys, yli.state.gov. That is the link so that you can go to this site and read about the YLI Network and how you can become a member. So without further ado, we are going to go straight into our next presentation. Suzette, can you please turn on your camera and unmute yourself? Are you ready to present?
Hello, hello. I hope I can be seen.
All right, so I am going to put the 6 minutes on the clock. And when you are ready, you can start sharing your screen, go into presenter mode. And when you are ready, I will start the timer. You will have 6 minutes to present.
I am ready.
You are ready. Okay, and your time starts now.
So hello, everybody. My name is Suzette Merrill, and I am the founder and owner of Caribbean User Experience Q. And I have a question for you. Can you recall the moments in your life that has defined your experiences? It may have been even just a minute ago. Let's journey to the excitement of your first day at school or university. For some of us, that may be going way back. To the nerves of your first loan application. These moments, positive or negative, shape who we are. Speaking of negatives, let me share a significant employee experience I had. I found myself unable to contain my displeasure when confronted with an issue. Where it was found that that issue could have been fixed, but I couldn't do anything about it, and that client had to return another day. This moment sparked my journey with Caribbean User Experience, or at least one of them, where we are driven to transform negative experience into opportunities for growth. So now I welcome you to the world of Caribbean User Experience Q. Hi, Michelle. I'm trying. Oh, okay, sorry. So, because of those negative experiences, we found generally as Q. Sorry, I'm going to go back a bit because I think it jumped a slide. So for many Caribbean businesses, they do lack the unified approach, leading to fragmented customer and employee experiences. This is one of the challenges we found. Caribbean businesses struggle with digital adoption, hindering competitiveness. And we also found that Caribbean businesses resist user-centric practices, limited understanding of evolving customer needs. Based on my 20 plus years of experiences, some of which were wonderful, some of which were not, I have been in the position of both a service provider and a deployer of products and services. And I can tell you that this picture painted exists. Caribbean user experience way of solving those problems has to do with presenting a total vision or total experience strategy that harmonizes the customer experiences of businesses and also factors in the product and service strategies with the use of UX or user experience tools and techniques. We also provide a solution where digital services are not just looked at in the grouping of social media management, but it does encompass all of the other digital experiences that people would have. And we also go the extension of design thinking, which has a narrow focus. Design thinking places great emphasis on design. We are taking it a notch up by aligning customer experience overall with business strategies to be inclusive of innovative solutions and strategic success. Currently, unbeknown to us, we are the only entity thus far that offers a comprehensive human experience strategy or approach. But I must say that there are players in the market within the realms of HR, social media, and design thinking that do have a good hold on the specific areas. But what is missing is a cohesive approach where human experience is transferable throughout all the functional areas of a business. Michelle, I'm not too sure. Okay, my screen seems to be jumping everywhere. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
We can, okay, yes. If you allow me, I'm just trying to get a handle with it because it's just jumping everywhere. My experience. So our customers focus. Okay, we are focused on small and large enterprises across various industries. Why? Because experiences are everywhere. And here it goes again.
Okay, so let me see if I can assist you here.
Please.
Okay, so you can stop sharing.
Yes.
Okay, so let me try to do this on my end. Just one moment.
Yes.
going to share my screen, and just as with a first presenter, you would just need to provide the cue as to when to switch the screens.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay, so all right, so okay, let's get going. Okay, you can stop sharing now. Let's get a hang of this. Okay, here we go. So basically all you need to do is just give me the cue. All right?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Your 6 minutes starts now.
So am I starting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me start this again. My name is Suzette Merrill, and I'm the founder and owner of Caribbean User Experience Q. And I want to start off with painting a picture for you. Can you recall the moments in your life that has defined your experiences? It may have happened just a minute ago, like now. Let's journey to the excitement of your first day at school or university. For some of us, that may be years ago. To the nose of your first loan application. These moments, positive or negative, shape who we are. Speaking of negatives, let me share a significant employee experience I had. I found myself unable to contain my displeasure when confronted with an issue I thought that was fixable, yet were told that we couldn't until the client returned. This moment sparked, my journey with Q, many of them that is, where we are driven to transform negative experiences in opportunities for growth. Welcome to the world of Caribbean user experience. Next. So at Q, we are here to help Caribbean businesses have a unified approach to how they approach customer and employee experiences. That's one of the challenges we found. There's also the struggle of digital adaptation or adoption, which hinders competitiveness. And also, we found that there's a great resistance to user-centric practices, limiting the understanding of evolving customer needs. Next, please. Currently, we have found that tackling of human experience is primarily in silos within HR, social media, design thinking component, which is on the smaller scale. Q here is here to offer a unique, cohesive approach. When it comes to HR, yes, they specialize in employee engagement, but there is a lack of alignment with customer, employee, and product service strategies. The same is found within the social media management realm, where social media alone is looked at as a digital component when there are many digital components within the ambits of organizations. And also design thinking seems to be factored or focused on design and doesn't take on a comprehensive consideration of customer to employee experience journey. Continue. The solution here is to harness product service strategies, customer and employee experiences in a comprehensive total experience strategy through the assistance of user experience tools and techniques. That also can satisfy the needs of digital customer experience focuses, where social media is connected with businesses with their audiences across digital touch points, not only the social media management space, but beyond that. From the time you pick up a phone where it's not manned by a person to the digital payment of your product and service. And digital thinking which presents a narrow focus. Q integrates design thinking into a broader strategy, aligning customer and employee experiences with overall business strategies for innovation solutions. Next, please. The key stakeholders who can... Beg your pardon?
You have 2 minutes left, so you need to speed up a
Key
bit.
stakeholders will be Chamber of Commerce, the hotel sector, and the educational institutions needed to bring forth these solutions. Next. Customers are small to large enterprises, forward-thinking business leaders, businesses transitioning, and local government and not-for-profit organizations. Next. Our unique proposition is that we are a pioneering agency that uses tools, human-eccentric tools and techniques to better the lives and brands of everyone. Next. We communicate through a podcast. This is our reach, social media, emails, lives, ads, face-to-face, and presentations. Next. Our key impact metrics has to do with face-to-face feedback, satisfaction matrices, from promoter to conversion rates and satisfaction scores, all the way to continuous learning and adaptation. Next. We have been solely financed by ourselves, and we hope that we can explore opportunities for grant funding and potential partnerships with investors to propel the business forward. Next. At present, we've developed 4 courses to empower individuals and businesses, and we are looking to further collaboration with education entities and the business environment. Next. Our networks encompass industry collaborations and all the way to cross-industry learning. Next. And on that note, I would like to say thank you for listening in on our brief, very concise Caribbean Youth Experience presentation. This QR code will take you to our Instagram page where you can be linked to our LinkedIn and also our Calendly calendar or appointment scheduling platform. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff, Suzette. Thank you so very much for that presentation. And now we are going to open up for questions for Suzette about her presentation. And you can do so again by showing your raise of hand, and I will call upon you to unmute yourself and ask your questions. Do we have any questions at this time? No questions from anybody as yet? Well, I definitely do have some questions, but before I ask my first question, I would just like to welcome Mr. Paulie Suchi for joining us. Paulie, I thought you would not have been able to make it, but thank you so much for joining. Can you please say hello?
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Pleasure to be here. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Paulie. All right, awesome. So let's go straight into our questions, Suzette. Now, you gave a presentation on something that is not typically heard of. Persons don't, you don't hear it being spoken of as a business venture, and you don't hear it being talked about as something that people want to have or need to have. You know, like one of those must-haves products, those must-have services, and I need this and I need that. So if you had to explain what you do or what you provide in layman's terms, how would you articulate that?
We help at Q, we help businesses improve the feeling that customers have with their products and services. That's generally it.
Okay, so give me, let's use a scenario, right? Because everybody can maybe get into the perspective of what you're trying to say by giving a scenario. So let's use that. Give us a real life scenario for something that may be either something we do every day or we experience every day, and put that into perspective for us.
Well, we all experience or start off our experiences based on awareness. So if we think that we have a problem to solve, the first thing we will do is pick up the phone, most likely. So I'm going to ask, how many times have you succeeded on 1 or 2 or 3 rings? How many times did you have to call back? How many times were you put through to a digital communication platform and not reach anybody? How many times did the digital platform tell you that they couldn't recognize your name? And you probably had to say 10 times. And yet still you have not gone past that stage of engagement. So this is a typical scenario that happens in our space all the time. I encounter that a lot. And there is this belief that when technology comes into the fold, it's going to replace human effort. That's why the focus on human experience solutions is necessary, because technology is only there as a tool.
Ah, I see. So you're talking about this experience of the person who is trying to reach someone to get a problem solved, but they can't get past this thing that can't even recognize my name in order for me to reach somebody to solve my problem, right? Now, just, a show of hands, guys. You don't have to really say anything, but just by a show of hands, does anybody recall having any experience similar to what Suzette just described? Like calling for assistance and being faced with an automation that just went around in circles with you. How many of you experienced that? Right?
Lucilla,
oh my gosh, Lucilla came up first. Lucilla came up first. Ooh, Flo. Wow. Okay. So we have Lucilla and we have Flo. Any other service provider that you've experienced this with?
Unicommerce, called Courts.
Courts, that's Unicoma. Okay.
CIBC.
CIBC.
The bank. Oh my gosh, the bank.
Oh, the banks. Oh my goodness. When you bring in their money, like, come. But when you need to call them, I'm sorry, huh? What? They don't, you can't get them. Okay, so we have Lucilec. We have the banks. We have Flow. We have Westec. That's a shipping company, Westec. So far we have 5 businesses that persons have experienced this with. Now, in all of these experiences that you have just shared, how many of you are happy about this experience? Show of hands.
I still cannot talk to somebody.
Happy. How long ago were you trying? Now, this is an honest question.
Yeah.
How many of you were happy about that experience of going through that run around and trying to get assistance? How many were you happy? Raise hands. Suzette, I'm sure you can see in the response, right? Not one person was happy about that experience. So with that scenario put into perspective into their heads and into their minds, can you tell them what your solution to this experience is? How does Q solve that issue?
Q brings awareness to the business. All of what you have just said there is data and insights. What happens to most businesses that we seem to get so large and we do require the volume of customers for us to expand. But as much as that happens, their voices are also present, and businesses have to be ready to capture their insights, capture their views. So what we do, we help businesses collect insights on customer experience, and we also flip the coin, because it's a song and dance affair. Whatever a customer does is reciprocated from the business. So you then are able to marry whatever engagement at every point that occurs between a customer and the business. And we look to see which gaps or areas along that journey, that path, needs to be fixed. So this is how we can help a business through customer journey mapping. That is the starting point, and a doable starting point, because it presents small intermittent opportunities for fixing an experience one at a time.
Okay. Now, with that being said, now we looked at it through the experience of us being the ones on the receiving end of such an experience, right? But let's flip it to the aspect of we are now the businesses providing a service or providing a product, and our customers, our clients are trying to get in touch with us, right? How is it that you can help us improve the experience that our customers would have with us and our businesses to ensure that they keep coming back? So what can you help us to do with our business to make sure that that experience is a great one?
Well, periodic requirements for feedback is critical and important, essential. Creating those opportunities for your customers to communicate to you their experience is essential. What I have communicated before is that most times businesses seek input probably once a year. And all of the experiences and feelings that a customer has had needs to be compressed into 1 or 2 lines. I would help a business define and craft a program, a communications program that will ensure that they can receive feedback at least every quarter. It also depends on the nature of your business and your industry, but creating solutions around feedback loops and getting periodic insights from your customers so that you can deal with matters more in real time.
Okay, so I want to give it even more perspective, right? I'm going to call upon, now guys, don't shoot me down because we're live, so you can't shoot me. So I'm gonna do this with confidence because I know nobody will say no. Okay, let's go. I'm going to pick someone who has a business, and I'm going to put that description, that explanation that Suzette just gave. I'm going to allow her to connect with you in your business and what a customer experience could be like. So let's see, who am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? I'm going to just say, okay, let's go to Joanna. Let's go to Joanna. Joanna, can you hear me?
Why did I know that you would call my name?
Because you have these wonderful instincts that are never wrong. Okay, so Joanna, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Awesome. Okay, so Joanna, I'm going to do a wonderful thing. I'm going to add you right here. And I want you to have this, this brief, chat with Suzette. And, tell her a little bit about your business and what you do. And Suzette, see whether you can show Joanna how you can add some value, to, her business with her customer experience.
Okay, Suzette, what do I do? I am an industrial and organizational psychologist, and I also have an HR background. What I do is to do consultancy work, and I also do teaching work, and I do workshops for my clients and individual persons. I need to know in terms of my client's experience, what they are experiencing in terms of getting hold of me or getting hold of my services, in order for me to better the business that I provide to them. So how can you help me?
Okay, hi, Joanna. Um, okay, wonderful. I love your area, industrial psychology and HR. Nice combination. I would start by letting you know, I guess I understand that your relationship with your clients are very private. Let's start there. So that means you do have the contact information. Am I right
Yes.
to assume that? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, it is important to know what your clients' preferences are when it comes to the mode of communication. And I think that's important. How they communicate by the modes of communication that they prefer would dictate or would help you determine how frequently you'll be able to communicate with them. Do I have you? Can everybody
Yes,
hear?
yes, you have me.
Okay. Okay, and it also affords you the opportunity to provide personalized or customized packages to your clients, because I'm sure everybody may not need the same type of service from you. That means you can personally craft based on their solutions, based on their needs, and offer them personal experiences.
Right.
Yes.
But in terms of well, let me ask a different question. In terms of collecting data, um, in response to a customer service or how clients interact with a business, my business, how do you go about gathering that sort of information in order for you to assist in ensuring that the services that are provided are of the highest level for the organization, that both the organization and the client are getting high levels of service?
Okay, I did speak earlier on about mass conversion approaches to collecting information, which, as I mentioned, can usually happen once a year. This is the typical practice. What is being suggested is more tailored approaches to gathering information, meaning it may be necessary to periodically send small, short questionnaires that are targeted at specific areas to your clients.
Okay.
Maybe 4 to 5 lines at most, maybe 3. It all depends on the area of information you wish them to provide insights on.
Okay.
That is one way. Another way could be personalized one-on-one. As long as it doesn't break your sensitivity policies, you can have group sessions to hear what people are really feeling about the offerings and services that you have for them. One-on-one can really lend an opportunity to see how people are expressing themselves while they're giving their feedback. And it also personalizes your area of offering even more.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so very much, Joanna, for subconsciously agreeing to be part of this scenario. Thank you so very much. And
you are welcome.
And also, thank you for joining us for this evening. Do we have any further questions in relation to what Suzette just shared that she is doing or that she can do for you and your business? Now, let us not negate the fact that the larger companies, and this is a fact, guys, the larger companies, the larger you get, the less human-centric you are, because all you want to do is to convert this to that, convert this to that. All you focus on as a big company is conversion, is to get as many numbers into sales. That's what big companies focus on. But if we neglect the experience that the customer is having before it even converts, you're going to have dollars, but you're going to have very unhappy customers giving you those dollars, and there's not a guarantee that those dollars are going to be repetitive as a result of this experience that they would have had in communicating with you and your business. Now, of course, we're in the age of digitization and making things automated and ensuring that things are more efficient and done quickly. And so we think that by omitting human interaction is the best way to go. It doesn't apply in every single industry or every single sector. For example, in education, you cannot replace a person with a robot or with an application that can teach things, because there's always some component of the lesson that only an individual can really break it down and make that person understand and feel, yes, I get it now. You never really get that when you go for an automated course, and you flip through, you watch a video, and then at the end you see you get a certificate. But it's different when you interact with people and then you get the certificate after the hard work and sweat and tears. You feel like you've achieved something. The feeling is different. So likewise, what Suzette is speaking about is the aspect of things of traditional human connection. So we should never really completely remove the human connection from our businesses, no matter how much we automate, no matter how much we decide to digitize things. We must never negate the human experience. Are we in agreement, Suzette?
Oh, definitely. I was going to add, if I'm allowed to. I always believe that the very thing that you say you don't need is what you need. And business owners, leads will tell me, Suzette, I need to bring in customers. I need to make some money. So I'm saying, okay, so both of those, of course, one is dealing directly with your customers. So I'm saying, how well, what can you reflect that you've improved that would cause your customers to decide to stay with you? What have you done to improve the manner in which your processes work, your systems work, the way they can reach you on the telephone? There's another thought though. It is believed that regulations and policies supersede customer voices and expectations. That businesses will bear only for a while customers' experiences, because they know for some reason or the other, maybe they can't go anywhere. And they eventually will just give up and not say anything because it has been the tradition. But however, what is that one customer can actually help 10 other people to decide that you are not the best person to come and do business at. It is not the fact that you are hearing one customer complain, and because everybody is shut mouth or closed mouth, it means that you should take it that everything is fine and dandy. And so this is the thing. That is why businesses and the world, because it's not something that is only identified within ourselves and the Caribbean, the world and leaders in many industries, tourism, banking, especially banking and financial sectors, leaders are speaking more and more about the importance of customer experience, how it adds value to achieving greater returns, how it changes the face of your business and your bank from a competitive standpoint, and shows you as the entity to do business with. It is deemed the new way of doing business.
Yes, I really like that term, the new way of doing business. I really love that. I really love that. So now at this time, I mean, I'm coming to our close right now. But at this time, I'm going to bring on Miranda back, to the fore. Miranda, can you please come back on?
Michelle, can I ask one last question?
You have a question? Oh,
yes.
Oh, we have a question. Okay, wonderful. Go ahead.
She said something about like
a client will come to her and tell them they need to make money, they need to bring more customers to their door. It will be easier for, to work with big companies who has ways to get the clients information. How do you give that service to a business who doesn't have a way or hasn't collected email or phone number or anything from customers? How do you collect data on such a business?
That's a good question. Excellent. There is always a way to start. The thing is that it also has to break the culture of being afraid to collect information. And I think a lot of businesses are fearful of doing anything that's labeled research or data collection. I, as Q, would have to reinforce the value of knowing who your customers are. Okay, we have to know who our customers are. Is it really important to be able to collect their information as they come in? You don't need a sophisticated device to collect customer information. And that is where user experience design comes in. We have to be aware of where every business is, and you have to work with what you have. If you do not have a point of sale, which can actually capture information, a notebook suffices. Taking a name down, a telephone, an email address. Why? These are people that you can continue communicating with and letting them know what you have to offer. Deals you may have. You want them to know that you're going through transitions and changes in your business that will better help them, and that they would appreciate. You can do it through that means. We cannot exist in a world without communication, engagement, and feedback. It no longer works for us. We cannot not be seen. So for that business who may not have any mechanism available to, or may chooses not to take information about any customer, what will happen is, like, as certain businesses have disappeared off the face of the earth, they can also disappear off the face of the earth. Why? Because we have generational shifts. The same customers you think you have today, you may not have them tomorrow. So you have to develop at least an approach on a pattern to collecting information, even if it's from the simplest form of note-taking, an Excel sheet, and if you can afford it, something more, I would say, that can take larger sums, volumes of money, of information, like a point of sale, because you have at least grown to that stage in your business.
And I want to add something to what you just said, Suzette. And I want you guys to broaden your minds to those bigger companies, okay? So say, for example, Massey stores. Massey does not collect information from every single shopper. However, they want to understand your buying patterns. They want to understand what are the products that, go off the shelves, what really sells, and the seasons of selling, and that sort of thing. I mean, they can look at the numbers at the end of the day to see which product sells most at whatever time of the year. But if you want to look at the type of customers or who the customers are that are purchasing these things, how are they going to do that if they're not collecting your information? There's a simple way. It's called a loyalty card. There's always a way that a business can implement, or a tool a business can use to gather information from you. You may just not think that that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. They are gathering information from you. And by every single time you swipe your card, guess what? They know what you buy. They know how often you buy, because you're redeeming those points and you're buying and you're using your card. Your card is attached to your name. Your name is in the system. That's how they can gather information about you. Albeit there are customers that don't have cards, but how many customers don't have cards unless they are, not adults, unless they have not applied for a card as yet? So that is one key way a large business such as Massey would want to gather information from their customers to understand their buying patterns, is by using a loyalty card. That's just one example. So if you've never looked at a loyalty card in that light, I advise you to take a look at that. There's a comment that Polly put in the chat. He said the human heart is the only thing AI cannot replace. And I want to agree with that. AI has no beating heart. Has no beating heart, and that is correct. So thank you for that comment, Polly. So Miranda, I'm bringing you back on screen because of course we want to wrap up, but there's this very important question that we want to ask our startups when they present. So I'd like each of you to share that big ask or that big point or that thing, that challenge that you are facing in your business today that you just can't get past. So I would like each of you to take a turn answering this question. What can we as a community do to help you and your business? What can we do to help you? What's your big ask for this evening? Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Awesome. Go ahead, Miranda.
I will start with saying that it was a big problem and I couldn't get past it. And the past week or two, I have gotten past the challenge, and that's finances. So what we face with as entrepreneurs, as small businesses, you find that it's hard for you to get that financing, for you to get grants, for you to get somebody to back you because you are doing it on your own. A bank wouldn't give you a loan because you don't have that pay slip, you don't have that job letter because you're doing it on your own. And so far, as I mentioned in the presentation, I mentioned some key stakeholders right now who are giving back to our community, who are actually willing to help. And they are the Youth Economy Office. We have the Ministry of Commerce in collaboration with SLDB, and Bank of St. Lucia right now has some mighty good offers for our small businesses. So if you have any challenges with finance right now, you have the opportunity, and they're making it easy for us now because they're understanding that not all businesses have business plans. Not all businesses have the records that they should. Not all the businesses have these things, so they're actually helping you. So that was my main challenge, and right now I'm overcoming that challenge.
Awesome. I want to give you claps for that. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Miranda. And Suzette, what big challenge that you're facing right now that you would like the community to assist you with?
Okay, well, I think I will jump on what Miranda says. It hasn't been a challenge, but because I self-funded the business thus far, but I am coming into the space where I believe that funding is necessary because of the vision that I have for user experience queue. What is happening is because this concept not so far removed from customer service. It's like customer service plus, a lot pluses. But what is happening is because it is not deemed as a priority for most businesses, but it is still communicated as necessary. The evidence is there to show and reveal and reflect that people are generally saying customer experiences are poor. I really love to get financing to construct a project that can possibly help businesses be financed in the areas of human experience strategy. So I like to help them in that way, since it seemed to be not immediately something that they wish to invest in. So if there's a program that could be aligned to that, then I think that will be a great start.
Awesome. And community, you've heard what these young ladies have said. For Miranda, she said she faced the challenge of funding, but as of recent, she's overcoming this challenge because of these new opportunities that are up and coming in the community, especially in the South where she's from. And I'm really glad to hear that, because in the past, we've heard a lot of persons say there's nothing happening for people in the South. There's nothing happening for businesses in the South. Where are the opportunities? Before, this used to be island-wide. Now it's focused in the South. So I say this to say maybe there's improvement there, because it used to be an island-wide complaint, but now it's focused in the South. So now let's see what we can do about the South. Okay, and we have a few persons who are on this in this meeting with us right now that are from the South that you can connect with, Miranda, and maybe you can brainstorm, network, and decide what you can do together since you are in the South and based in the South, what you can do together and change that. You know, change the status quo, change it for you. Because remember, you guys are problem solvers. So you've identified the problem, see how you can come up with the solution, you know, amongst yourself and how to help yourself before, you know, trying to pull out your hair. You are the problem solvers. Keep that in mind. And with regards to you, Suzette, and the financing, you know, for businesses to invest in what they think is not really something they want to invest in yet, but yet still they're saying it's an important part of the business. Truth be told, this is what entrepreneurship used to be. There was once a point in time people didn't take entrepreneurship seriously. They didn't. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't even considered as a career, not even a word that was considered to be capitalized in a sentence, unless it was in the beginning of a sentence. It was not a career. It wasn't a job. It wasn't anything. It was a hobby that person just decided to put a slap on it and say, hey, something that I can do to make money. It was always about jobs. Everything in this system, everything in this economy was about generating jobs, jobs, jobs. That's what every single administration preached on platforms. We got to give them jobs. It could be cutting grass, it's a job. But now we are at the cusp and in the neck of it of entrepreneurship, where now it is recognized as the foundation of the economy. The thing that was there all along and nobody acknowledged, now it is being acknowledged. And this lit a fire in my bones, guys. And I'm sharing this with you because I really am passionate about entrepreneurship, because this fire started with us. And I'm so happy to see it. This fire started with us. And then it just spread like wildfire across the country. And I am so happy to see my baby burn. I'm so happy. It's burning like fire. I'm happy. I'm loving it. And we have a hand raised. I want to give an opportunity to say something. But before I allow you to speak, let me just say again, thank you, Miranda, and thank you, Suzette, so much for taking the time to share your businesses with us, to share your challenges as well, and also how you are overcoming the challenges. And let us keep in mind that we can do these things together. Let's not forget that. We can do it together. Okay? So I am going to now allow Tanzania to share her thoughts or her questions. Tanzi, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Tanzania Mafrefili. I'm actually the founder of T&D Marketing and Sales, and I wanted to just add to something Miranda was saying on the opportunities to gain access to grants. Apart from SLDB, SBDC, Youth Economy, the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce actually has a entrepreneurship side where they help startups who have a social impact. I believe they're already assembling their next cohort, so you could tap in, find out from them whether your goals align with a social business that has an impact. You actually do get 2,500 US in grants with no paybacks. That goes towards your initiative if it has an impact to aid at-risk youth, marginalized youth, or the youth in general. And CTA, which is from the Community Tourism Authority, is part of Ministry of Tourism, is giving up to $300,000, and I think 70% is a grant. So it's a loan grant. So you pay the balance, but they give you up to, I think, over 15 years to pay, and they target major projects. So if you had a restaurant, anything that would tap into having tourists get a community side, cultural side of your business, then yes. And they're already funding projects like restaurants in Ancillary and Airbnbs and existing tours, agriculture. They cover a wide sector. As long as it pertains to tourism, you could go to their office, they come down and do site visits, and they partner with you. So it means that apart from getting support to get the funding, they'll assist you with your licenses, insurances, getting clients, because now you're actually an official member of the Ministry of Tourism. So that's what I wanted to add.
Wow. Thank you so very much, Tansy, for sharing that information. I am going to ask that you please share your contact information in the chat. So in case anybody wants to get more details from you on what you just shared, that they can connect with you, please share your information in the chat, Tansy, your contact details, so that persons can connect with you one-on-one and get some more information. So you heard it from her. She shared this information, and I was not aware that it was there. So now you know, guys, it is available to you, because many of us have been speaking about funding. Miranda spoke about funding. Suzette spoke about funding. So let's see how either of these opportunities can maybe, be beneficial to you ladies, and of course to those of you who are here with us on Zoom or watching the live. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening. At this point, we normally allow community announcements from anybody who has any event or any activity going on this week or upcoming. Please, if you have anything that you'd like to share about your business, any promotion that you have, this is your opportunity to share. Does anybody have any announcement that they would like to make? Anyone? This is your opportunity. If you have any event. Oh, go ahead.
Good night again, everybody. My name is Malika Amide, owner of Melly's Mix It Up. Tansy, we need to link up. I'm having a GEW event as well on Saturday, November the 18th at 6:30. We're doing our Fail Forward night once again. And I would like to call out to all entrepreneurs or anybody who just willing to support the cause to come out to listen to our entrepreneurs give their stories about their successes and failures. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to say where.
And nowhere. Yes.
In the library at Safi's Estate, better known as Debbie's Place. Everybody knows it as. So yes, I'm looking forward to see everybody. Eats and drinks on sale. Come, let's have some fun and network with like-minded people.
Okay, so there you have it. We have another GEW event happening in Library, guys. So that's focused in the South. So you were saying that there's nothing happening in the South. There is something happening in the South. And that's Saturday. What time, Malika?
At 6:30.
At 6:30 p.m. That's a W place happening, a GEW event, Fail Forward Night. We have a raised hand, Urancia. Do you have an announcement that you'd like to make?
Hi, good night. Yes, I do. Firstly, the information that was given earlier on, I don't mind, if possible, to have it repeated. The financial institutions that you can gain funding from. I do have an announcement which I don't know if anyone else will be participating at the event at the Harbor Club on Friday, the business showcase. So there will be other business owners. So come and support and patronize. It will be from 10 to 4 at the Harbor Club. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you said it's the Harbor Club 10 to 4. What's the name of it?
It's a business entrepreneurship showcase.
Business entrepreneurship showcase at the Harbor Club.
Yes, it's at the Harbor Club. It's open to the public, sorry?
It's this Friday, right?
Yes, this Friday.
Okay, all right. So guys, you heard it. There's a showcase, a business showcase happening this Friday at the Harbor Club from 10 to 4. So if, of course, you want to go ahead and attend that event, there's an event happening this Friday, and Malika shared an event that's happening in the evening on Saturday that's in Library. So for those of you focused in the south of the island, that's a really great event to attend. Okay, so in terms of the question that you asked, Uransi, about the finances, Tanzania shared her contact details in the chat, so you can connect with her to ask for that information. Okay, so her contact details are in the chat. She posted it there, so you can reach out to her and have a one-on-one discussion to gather some more information from her. Okay, do we have any more community announcements? No?
Just to add, you can, when you share our information with them, so you can actually reach me to get Tanzania's information because we do partner on certain things. Yes. So yeah.
Excellent. And that's what we encourage within this community. If you didn't know, almost everybody here knows each other because we are a community. We're all connected. Okay, so guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us for this event, Startup Huddle. Please note again that the next huddle will be happening on Wednesday, January 10th, because of course, our next month is our rest time. On the 13th is a national holiday, so we will not be having a huddle on that day, but we will be having a huddle on January 10th. That is for the new year. So I'm hoping that you guys will be coming and joining to see who the next presenters are going to be. We want to wish Miranda well on her journey. She'll be traveling to the US in March to be part of the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative fellowship. So again, congratulations, Miranda. We wish you definitely well on that trip. Suzette, we want to thank you again, and we do wish you well on your journey with your company and with your business. Now, guys, if you notice, we are a community mainly of women who are here. We do have gentlemen joining us, but we are mainly women. And when we work together, when we band together and show that type of support, we can move mountains. I would like to thank the support of the Global Entrepreneurship Network, who supports this program. I want to also thank the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce, who's our GEW partner for this year. And I also want to thank the SBDC for our ecosystem partner for sharing the details about this event, and for all of you for being present. Those of you who are watching online on Facebook, thank you for being with us. We will be sharing the presenters' information afterwards in the comments, so please look out for that so you can connect with them. And the details of the chat, the contact information for Tanzania, we will be sharing that as well. Miranda, you have any parting words?
Yes, I'd like to thank Ms. Adrenia Furness. She's the founder of the Furness Foundation, a nonprofit in Bellevue, Black Bay. And I'd like to thank her for making a special effort to attend.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for attending. You have a great shout out there. All right. So again, Polly, thank you again for joining us. It was great that you were able to be with us this evening. Yes, Suzette, go ahead with your parting words. Suzette, you can go ahead. Your hand is raised.
I just wanted to say thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you so much for this platform. This 6 minutes is an experience, so it requires practice, a lot of practice, because you can get so engrossed in what you want to say. But I loved it nonetheless. It's an experience. There again, everything is an experience. And thank you so much. Thank you. I met Miranda and the whole community. So thanks again.
You are very, very welcome. And those of you who are here, we have your registration details. So we'll be sending the survey to you in your email. So please look out for it. It's a survey that's going to be about your experience with Startup Huddle and also your experience with GEW. So please look out for that survey in your email. Again, we want to say thank you. And to all of you, have a blessed night. Again, my name is Michelle Samuel, organizer for Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And this is a signature GEW activity, but we are here every single month. We look forward to seeing you again. Good night, everyone, and bye.